All right. We are back and we're excited to bring you some movie trivia. This is one of the more popular genres that we've done. And I want to welcome everybody who is going to be joining in and taking part in this. We had some amazing competition last time, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So we're going to be going through movie trivia. I do have the chat up, and I am monitoring the chat as we speak. So as you join in here, just let me know where you are watching from. We actually get people tuning in from all over the world. I even had somebody watching from the Netherlands not so long ago, and it was like 1:30 a.m. their time, and they just didn't want to go to bed. They wanted to take part in our trivia session, which I thought was awesome. But eventually I was like, you need to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. What's happening, Dave? Thanks for tuning in. You did awesome last time, by the way. And I know, Dave, you said that your wife wants to beat you this time in trivia. So we're going to give her that opportunity with movie trivia. So hopefully you guys are familiar with movies and you've paid attention to cinema stuff. I am a movie buff. And actually, one of my first jobs in high school, I worked at a video store. And I was 16 years old, and it was back during VHS cassettes. And so we had VHS cassettes throughout the store. And that was right around the time DVDs started coming out too. And it was pretty cool working at a video store. Dave says he lost signal but is back. Okay, Dave, welcome back. And like I said earlier, Dave is hoping to not get beat in trivia by his wife, who I understand is going to be taking part in tonight's trivia. Is that right, Dave? Is your wife going to be joining you for movie trivia? I was just telling everybody that I used to work at a video store back when there actually were video stores. You guys probably remember Blockbuster, right? So this was a video store similar to that. Okay, excellent. So she will be joining. Now, is she going to be joining on another account, or are you going to be answering for her? And then I'm going to have to determine who gets it right and who didn't. Hopefully she's joining on another account, and then we can add her name to the leaderboard. But either way, we will make it work. And just a reminder, anybody can join in at any time. All you have to do is be the first to answer the trivia question that I'm putting out there. And looks like Dave is giving me her screen name by Mana. Fantastic. So Dave is going to be up against his wife, and those two, they live in Sacramento, California, by the way. I used to live in Sacramento, California. I was there for 4 years. Dave says that's her YouTube channel is by Mana. Oh, okay. Awesome. And yeah, so I lived in Sacramento for 4 years, and I loved living in California. I made really good friends out there, had a lot of fun while I was out there. And then from there, I moved to Las Vegas, and I was there for 4 years as well. So Sacramento to Las Vegas. And by the way, I am doing a super chat goal. Okay. So I'm not too familiar with super chats, but apparently you guys can give me a super chat and then there's some sort of notification that happens. But my goal is 10 super chats. And if that happens, I'm going to dress up one of our cats in costume, and that cat in costume will make an appearance here on this channel. So I'll be keeping an eye out for any of those super chats to see if we hit our goal during this trivia live stream. So that'll be fun. Dave says, what's the best place in Sacramento? Let me think about that for a second, because there's a lot of good places in Sacramento. Okay, I'll tell you the best place in Sacramento. It is the Delta King Riverboat in Old Sacramento. So Old Sacramento is adjacent to downtown Sacramento, and it's made up of really old buildings that are original from the 1850s, before there was a big flood that happened there that pretty much wiped out the whole city. But there is a restaurant there. It's a breakfast restaurant, and it is the closest restaurant to the Delta King Riverboat. And I'm sorry I forgot the name of it, but it was one of my favorite breakfast places to visit. I'd go there like every weekend, really. I'd grab breakfast at this particular place, and then I would walk to the riverboat, and I would just kind of hang out on that third deck, or the upper deck of the riverboat. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And I live downtown, and you can see the seal lions. Wow. That whole time there, did I ever see a seal lion? Once. One time I saw a sea lion swimming down the Sacramento River, approaching the Sacramento Bridge near the Delta King. So Dave says he did New Year's Eve there. Nice. All right, so before I start, wanted to show you the leaderboard from last time. This is what the leaderboard looked like last time. Joel Hall just absolutely dominated the leaderboard with over a dozen. And Blazing Genesis got 1. Bianca got 1. Dave, you got 4. Not bad. You came in second. Khalil got 3. And then Funny got 2. So I'm going to go ahead and clear off this leaderboard so we can start fresh. Anytime somebody gets one right, you're going to get a gold star, and you're going to get your name on this leaderboard. And again, we're going to be doing movie trivia. And hopefully all these other people who were here join again. Joel came out on top last time. It was very impressive with what he was able to do. Yes, we called him Professor. And Dave says there are loads of seals now. Loads of seals in Sacramento at the river. That's interesting. They definitely weren't there in number, except for when I'd go to San Francisco and see them at the bay there. Okay, so the leaderboard is clear. Dave, let me know if your wife is here. Yes. Dave's wife is joining us by Mana. And hello to you. Thank you for joining. So you guys are going to go head to head here until others join, and then you'll be up against everybody else. But again, we're doing movie trivia, and hopefully that's a good topic. That was one of the more popular topics when I first started doing trivia on my channel. So, it comes down to who got an A in typing class. Do you remember in high school when you were taught how to use the keyboard and how to look at the screen without looking at the keyboard when you're typing? It's all about words per minute. Typing words per minute. I wasn't that great in high school, but I will say in that class, when they covered the keyboard and I wasn't able to see the words, I thrived. It took me a little bit to get used to it, but now I can crank out words per minute like no other. And if I was competing in this, I feel like I'd do pretty well if I knew it. I mean, there's going to be other people who are going to be Googling stuff and they're going to be trying to cheat their way, but the ones who actually know it, who can type fast, they're going to beat them every single time. I will say that. And yes, it pays to learn the keyboard. And yes, super chat goal. There's a super chat goal on this live stream. If I get 10 super chats, I'm dressing up one of my cats in a costume and premiering that cat right here on this live stream. So hopefully we get 10 super chats. I don't know too much about how super chat works. This is the first time that I'm going to experiment with that. I've seen it done on other channels. But anyway, I have that enabled in case anybody wants to see one of our cats dressed up in costume. We actually have a lot of costumes for our cats. They don't really like wearing the costume, but they get lots of treats. Okay. Yeah, well, if you can figure it out, let me know. I mean, there's probably some things to click, or I'll later on in the live stream, I'll ask people like how you do it, or how you can do that. Danish says hello. Danish, hello. We haven't even started yet. I'm just bringing some people in. Rosalina, what's happening? Thanks for joining. And if anybody's able to do a super chat or at least let us know how that works, please include that in the chat. We're doing an experiment right now with super chats, and I don't really know how that works, but I have set a super chat goal for this live stream of 10 super chats. And if that happens, I'm dressing up one of our cats in a costume. So if you've ever done that with some other channel, just let us know how that works in the chat. I'm going to research it too on my own. But anyway, that's something that we'll talk about a little later. But right now, we want to get to our first question of movie trivia. I've probably drawn this out long enough. And we're going to go ahead and start this. So the first question is, which animated movie has the song Let It Go? And the first person who gets this right, again, is going to get the gold star. So I'm looking at the chat. Whoever types it out the quickest, I mean, this is an easy one. Dave. Dave gets it with Frozen. Nicely done, Dave. Your wife, by Mana, was right behind you. She expected Dave to win this competition, but I don't know. Eventually, maybe Dave will kind of freeze. And yes, we're going to give you a star. So Dave is on the board. Okay, so we're going to add a star for Dave, who is on the board. There you go. This is how the leaderboard looks right now. So you are officially on the board. Dave says his wife is too slow. And by the way, anybody else can join in at any time. We're doing movie trivia. Okay. I think I found a good one for this next one. Let's see here. All right. This is going to be from The Lion King, right? Okay, so the question is, in the Lion King, what kind of animal is Timon? Do you guys remember The Lion King? And do you remember Timon? When I worked at that video store when I was a teenager, The Lion King was Huge. Dave, no, it's not a hog. By Mana, no, it's not a Pumbaa. Um, Timon, Timon was okay. I'll give you guys a hint. I do give hints on this live stream. Not a wild pig. So it's in the same category as it's like a rodent. You're close with mongoose. So these things are at, by Mana gets it right with meerkat. Yes, yes. There we go. So Danish, you were close with a rat. Meerkat, rat, it was close. But by Mana gets it right and is on the board with the Lion King question. Meerkat. That's right. Meerkat is the answer. Okay, so we are going to add, make sure I get the spelling right, two N's. So give me one moment. Okay, so By Mana is on the leaderboard, and this is actually Dave's wife, and they both live in Sacramento, California. And so these two are up on the leaderboard now. Nicely done. Like I said, when Lion King was released, I was just starting high school, I think. And eventually I was working at that video store, and I remember just everybody coming in to rent that. By Mana says, this is fun. Good. I have a lot of fun doing this. Dave says, lucky guess. Denia, hello. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. We've just started this live stream. So, some of these are so easy. I'm trying to get some hard ones. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question about one of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Shining. It really is. What's the name of the hotel in The Shining? What is the name of the hotel in the movie The Shining? Let's see who gets this right. It's not easy. Denia says you don't know about movies. I'm sure you've seen something. I'm sure you've seen some movies, right? Dave says Stephen King. So you think that the name of the hotel is Stephen King in the movie? No, I can't play music. I don't have any music here, and I have to be careful with that on YouTube. So that's probably why you're not hearing music. So Denia, no, it's not Stephen King. There's a name of the hotel, the fictional hotel in the movie The Shining. Maybe I picked one that's a little too hard, but I would know this because I've seen The Shining, or I've seen that movie about 100 times. It is one of my all-time favorite movies. Red Rum. You think that the name of the hotel is Red Rum? Who would want to stay at a hotel called Red Rum? I wouldn't want to stay at a hotel called that. I'm looking at Danish. Danish got it right. The Overlook Hotel. Danish 67889 gets it right with the Overlook Hotel. This is great. Everybody's getting on the leaderboard. So Danish, nicely done. I'm going to go ahead and add your name up here. Whoops. That wasn't it. Here it is. Okay, so Danish right here. So we've got Dave on the board We've got his wife by Mana on the board. We've got Danish on the board. So this is what the leaderboard looks like right now. The Overlook Hotel. The Overlook Hotel, that's right. All right. This should be one that I think everybody will know if you've seen The Hunger Games. I know one of you said that you're not really into movies, but I mean, The Hunger Games, like, that was so big when it came out. Okay, I'm messing that up. That's not it. We're going to go to the question here. Who played Katniss in The Hunger Games? Who played Katniss in The Hunger Games? Does anybody know the name of the actor or actress who played Katniss in The Hunger Games? And by the way, they're coming out with a sequel, I think next year. Looks kind of interesting, but this person is not in it, from what I can tell. By Mana says, never seen it. Dave apparently has seen it because he says Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, you were just a little bit slow. Yeah, so Dave's going to get another star. Nicely done. So now Dave takes the lead. Dave's got 2. By Mana has 1. Danish has 1. We're still super early. We're still super early in the game here. And again, we have a super chat goal. I know some of you don't know what a super chat is, but hopefully we can figure out what a super chat is, because I need 10 of them. And if I get 10, I'm going to dress up one of our cats in a costume. That's what's going to happen tonight, if we can figure out what that is. Maybe one of you can Google it and figure out exactly how that works. But anyway, that's the super chat goal. I've got a cat over here just waiting to be dressed up in costume, and hopefully that happens. All right, so we've got Dave in the lead. Dave is in the lead. Nicely done. Very impressive. And we are going to go to our next question as we do movie trivia. Let me see what else we have here. Who played the Joker in Dark Knight? Who played the Joker in Dark Knight? This was the best, in my opinion, the best acting job that anyone has ever done for the Joker. But which actor, was in this? Do we know the name of the actor? First person to guess it in the chat gets a gold star. Seems like everybody is thinking. You're just wondering. Any ideas? Danish. Danish gets it right with Heath Ledger. Yes. Heath Ledger is the one who played the Joker in The Dark Knight. By Mana. You also got that right, just a little bit late. And we're going to add another star for Danish. This is a very competitive, this is a very competitive live stream. So, because now Danish is tied with Dave. So we've got, this is how it looks. Dave's got 2. By Mana has 1. Danish has 2. As we continue along with movie trivia. Again, anybody can join at any time, and whoever types it out first gets it correct. All right, let's see what we've got here. We already did some Lion King stuff. Okay, so this one is a little bit tough, but if you guys need hints, I can give you hints. Here's the question. What is the highest grossing R-rated movie ever? Highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. What's happening, Khalik? Yes, we did. And then Camden, hello. Thank you for joining. I did just start this. We're barely into it. Dave says Deadpool. Good guess. It's not Deadpool. We're looking for the highest grossing R-rated movie ever. By Mana says Titanic. Titanic isn't R-rated, is it? I would hope not. Deadpool, Wolverine, no. Khalil, no. We're talking about movies. Excuse me. Luke says Deadpool. It's not Deadpool. But I will give you a hint. The last question that I was asking you, where you talked about Heath Ledger, is very closely tied to this answer. So, and I can't say more than that, because then I would just give it away. But there was something that came out recently. Luke says Joker. Camden says the Joker. Yes. Good job, Luke. Nice job. Luke is now on the board. Danish says Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was good. Was that R-rated? Anyway, I really liked Oppenheimer. But Luke gets it right. We're going to put Luke on the board. For the highest grossing R-rated movie ever is Joker. Luke gets it on the board. And we're going to add a star right here for Luke. And this is how the leaderboard looks. So for anybody who's like just joining in, we just started because Dave has 2. His wife by Mana has 1. Danish has 2. Luke has 1. And it's really anybody's game at this point. It's anybody's game. And for those of you who are just joining, I'm just going to keep reminding you that there's a super chat goal of 10. If I get 10 super chats, I'm going to dress up one of our cats in a costume. So if anybody knows how to do a super chat, I would encourage you to do it because you're going to want to see one of our cats dressed up in costume. He's waiting right over there. I have lots of costumes that I put on him. But anyway, that's the super chat goal that we have going on here. And he would then assist me in this live stream if we hit that goal. So, and if anybody is able to do a super chat or do the first one, then you can let us all know how that works. It's kind of a new thing that YouTube is doing that a lot of us creators are excited about. All right, so here's the next one. Next question. We're going to do some more highest grossing stuff. So what was the first movie to gross over 1 billion, 1B, worldwide? The first movie to gross over $1 billion in ticket sales worldwide. Which one did that? Thank you, Khalil. So Khalil is sending these jewels. One of them is called a happy poop. I really appreciate that. So I don't know if that counts as a super chat, but either way, it's those are examples of gifts that anybody can give for this live stream, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Khalil. Luke So Dave says Endgame. Luke says Titanic. Dave also says Avengers Endgame. Camden said Titanic, and Avatar. Denia says Titanic. Well, the first person to get it right was Luke with Titanic. So Titanic came out in 1997. It was the first movie to gross over $1 billion. Camden's got a run too. So thank you for joining. We're going to add another star for Luke, who got that right. So now Luke is tied with Dave. Dave is sweating at this point. Dave has got to be so worried that Luke is creeping up. Not only that, but Danish is at 2. This is the tightest trivia game that we've done so far. Yeah, I agree. It's a great film. I agree. So well done, Luke. Very close game. And let's go ahead and see what else we can do here. It seems like you guys really know movie trivia. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, by Mana. By Mana has figured it out. By Mana has given the first super chat of the night. And it looks like you figured out how to do it. So thank you. That takes care of 1 of 10 super chats. That's the goal for this live stream. And if so, we're dressing up a cat in a costume. I have 2 cats, and they don't like to be dressed up in costumes, but that's what's going to happen if we get 10. So now we have 1 out of 10. Thank you, by Mana. That's Dave's wife, who contributed. Actually, we need 9 more, Khalil. We need 9 more. But thank you so much for that. Now we're going to go to the next question. Look at this leaderboard. It's crazy. This leaderboard is just, it's so tight. In the Matrix, what color of pill does Neo take? In the Matrix, what color of pill does Neo take? Yeah, Khalil, it's basically $2 for the super chat. And by Mana figured out how to do that. Luke says blue. Dave says red. Luke then says red. Thank you, by Mana. I appreciate that. I really want to dress up this cat. So many costumes. Well, everybody's saying blue or red. Nobody is saying green or yellow or black or white. You know why? Because it is either blue or red. And guess who got it right? Guess who got it first? It would be Dave, the red pill. Nicely done, Dave. Red pill. You've been red pilled. You've probably heard that term before. It means that Neo chose truth. He wanted to know what the real world was like, no matter how bad it was. And so instead of taking the blue pill, where he could have just continued along and existed in this virtual world where you could eat steak and get what you want, but it's all fake. And so Neo wanted the red pill. Khalil is asking if I can stop doing movie questions because you're bad at moving questions. I can't stop doing movie questions because that is what this live stream is about. However, I would be willing to pick another question of a topic of your choice for this next one. So Khalil, go ahead and type out what topic you would want me to do, and then I'm going to return back to movies. By Mana says Khalil needs to watch more movies. I agree. This is good movie watching weather. Here in Colorado, it is snowing outside. Dave says Roblox. Is that what you would want, Khalil, is for me to ask you a Roblox question? Or sports question? Or pop culture? Danish says Roblox. Denia says Mar. Well, I'm waiting on you, Khalil. You have an opportunity. All you have to do is type out what you want me to do. Yeah, I don't know anything about Roblox. I really don't. I mean, I know it's. Oh, you want me to ask you? You want me to ask you a question about dogs? Okay. I think everybody can agree to that. We're gonna switch from movie trivia to dogs to give Khalil a chance at getting one right. Sure, I can do that. You know what? And I don't even have to look up a question. I have a lot of dog knowledge up here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and do a dog question. And I hope Khalil gets this right. So Khalil, if you love dogs, this is a question for you, but it's no guarantee. It's no guarantee that, we're going to get this, that you're going to get this right, because there's other people who are answering as well. But give it your best shot. Most common breed of police dog, Khalil. Most common breed of police dog. Denia says you have to go to sleep. That's okay. That's okay. I had somebody in the Netherlands staying up until 1:30 a.m. and they probably missed school because of it. So don't miss school because of this. By Mana says German Shepherd. Denia says German Shepherd. Dave, I don't know what that is. Alsatian. I've never heard of that dog breed. Khalil says German Shepherd. And Khalil, you're right, but unfortunately, By Mana answered it the quickest. So By Mana gets it right. It's German Shepherd. Yep, it's German Shepherd. So congratulations to By Mana. She only had one up to this point. Now she's got two. And so here's how the leaderboard looks. Dave's got 3. By Mana has 2. Danish has 2. Luke has 2. And that's how we are currently looking. Denia says that you said it first. Let me look back at that. I don't think so. By Mana said German Shepherd. So, well, if you said it, you must have said it out loud where nobody could hear, because I'm looking at the chat right here. And By Mana said German Shepherd. Denia said German Shepherd. Yes, but it came after By Mana. You were right behind it. You were right behind it. I know. You were close. You were close. It's all about who can type the fastest. Okay, we're gonna do. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do one more dog trivia question for Khalil, because technically he did get it right. He just was a little bit slow to type, and that's okay. So, but I'm going to give him another opportunity. Denia says you're going into 9th grade. Any advice? 9th grade is a tough year. It can be, because you're pretty much a freshman. And the jump from middle school can be difficult. My best advice is, focus on your classes. Don't worry so much about friends. You'll make friendships as you go along in high school. Don't worry about getting in with the popular crowd, because after graduation, nobody cares about that popular crowd. People go on to their professions, and you know. Anyway, I could talk forever about ninth grade and give you advice about ninth grade, but my main advice is focus on school, do well in school. Don't focus so much on what crowd you're going to get into. You know, it's all about your grades, your SAT, ACT scores, and moving up in life, because all of these, it's good to have friendships. I'm not saying, you know, don't have friendships, but don't focus so much on that. It's not the be all end all if you get in with a group or if you don't. It really doesn't matter. So that's my advice. All right, Khalil, I hope that you're still watching, because we're going to do another dog trivia question. I said most common police dog. Let's see what else we can come up with here. Breed of dog that saves stranded climbers in snow. I wouldn't say that that's an easy one, but Kenzie, welcome. Thank you for joining. Dave says St. Bernard. Denia, I hope you like that advice for ninth grade. I'm just telling you from my own personal experience. Is anybody else going to wager a guess on this? Khalil, I'm giving you a chance. Khalil wanted dog trivia, so that's what I wanted to do. Danish says St. Bernard. Dave says they always have a barrel of whiskey on their collar. By Mana says Beethoven. You said whiskey, but I always thought that it was like hot cider, hot apple cider. But I mean, it could be different. I mean, I guess if you're stranded on a mountain, do you want a dog to come up to you with a whole thing of whiskey? Or do you want like hot cider? All right, Khalil, I don't know where Khalil went. There you are. Khalil says sandbar. Sandbar barrel. I don't know what kind of, if that's a breed of dog, I'd like to see what a sandbar dog looks like. So anybody, who got that right? Dave got it right. St. Bernard. Nice job, Dave, guessing the St. Bernard. So Dave's in the lead. He had 3 before. Now he's got 4. Dave's got 4. By Mana has 2. Danish has 2. And Luke has 2. So it's still anybody's game. So we were doing dog trivia. We're going to, this whole thing is about movie trivia. So we're going to jump back to movie trivia. And this next one is about a particular year that a movie was released. And I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But first, for those of you who are just tuning in to this live stream, I do have a super chat goal of 10. And if I get 10, then I'm going to dress up one of our cats in costume. By Mana gave me a super chat. And so that takes care of 1. So we need 9 more. By Mana, can you include in the chat how a super chat works? How were you able to do it? I'm just curious. Is it just something that you click on in the chat at the top? Is it that little emoji with the $sign? Is that what a super chat is? Oh, okay. Danish says click on the money icon. Gotcha. Okay, so it's that easy. To do a super chat, By Mana says bottom left corner of the screen, just above the chat bar area, has a target symbol. Oh, yeah, the target symbol. So target symbol you'll see exactly what we're talking about. That it says, she says, click that, and then it takes you to the super chat feature. Thank you. So now I know that if you're watching this, you can either click on the dollar icon or the target icon. Yeah, either one, Danish, and then it'll take you to the super chat. Kenzie says my favorite animal is a cat. You know what? I'm going to knock it down. So it's not even 10 super chats, it's 5. 5 super chats. If I hit 5, then I will dress up that cat in costume, because I am running out of time to get that done. So we still have some time before that happens. But anyway, I will monitor the chat and see if any of that happens. I have a cat waiting to be dressed up. We typically dress him up for Halloween and Shark Week. He actually has this little shark costume that we put on, so it becomes a shark cat, and he gets really grumpy when we put on the shark costume. It's actually hilarious. All right, we're gonna do this movie trivia. Okay, this one is, when was Jurassic Park released? So I'm looking for a year on this one. I'm looking for a year. By Mana said 1994. Dave thinks that Jurassic Park was released in 1993. Super Tuesday has joined with 1994. Hello, Super Tuesday. By Mana says Dave's probably right. Danish says August 11th of 93. I'm just looking at everybody else, seeing if anybody else is putting some years in here. Dave is correct. Nicely done, Dave. He was the first to answer correctly. By Mana was so close. By Mana was just a year off. Khalil, you were in range there with 1994. Okay, so Dave is solidly in the lead now with 5. With 5, By Mana has 2, Danish has 2, Luke has 2. Yeah, so it was just the other night that my wife and I watched the most recent Jurassic Park with Scarlett Johansson. I don't know if any of you have seen that one. It was mediocre. It was definitely not that great. The acting was kind of predictable, and the script was predictable. Anyway, it was, yeah, Dave said it was rubbish. Not sure if it was worthy of the franchise. He says he fell asleep watching it. Okay, I've got the next one. Let's see if Dave gets it right again. This has to do with another great film. What is the name of the Hobbit played by Elijah Wood in Lord of the Rings? What is the name of the Hobbit played by Elijah Wood in Lord of the Rings? Okay, 1 second. I think I'm just looking at the chat here. Okay, give me 1 second, guys, because I accidentally X'd out of something that I should not have X'd out of. So, Give me 1 minute. I have to do something technical here. I was too quick on Xing something out. And let me just see if I'm able to get this back. So basically, I had this little chat box, and I had X'd out of it accidentally. And that's how I'm able to see exactly what you guys are saying. So let me see if I can bring this up in a different
Think safety. Think Grainger. For trusted products to lock, anchor, contain, and protect. Grainger. Call, click, or...
Yeah, weird. It's not letting me open the panel. So what happened was I X'd out of the live stream, or I mean, I X'd out of the chat. And now I have this little tiny box that I'm looking at. I mean, I can still see what some of you are saying. It's really hard to tell. So I'm still trying to figure this out. Yeah, I mean, it's not good when the live stream, here it is. So we're going to pop that out, and then I'm going to fix this very soon. Okay, now I have it back. Sorry, everybody. That was a mess. Let me see who got that right. Somebody had bad language. Hold on. Frodo Baggins. So I was looking for a full name there, guys. Who got that right? Danish got it right. Frodo. Yes. Nicely done. So Danish, we're going to put you on the board. Sorry for the delay, everybody. That was like not something that normally happens. Danish, okay, we're going to add Danish over here. Danish has 3. Dave has 5. Bymana has 2, and Luke has 2. I just have to be careful with like what I'm clicking. But now I see everybody. Kenzie says my favorite animal is a cat. My second favorite animal is a horse. Dave's favorite animal is a mole. Really? It's a mole, not a meerkat? Okay, let's see what else we have here as we continue on with movie trivia. And again, guys, we're still looking for that super chat goal. I only need 5, and then I'm going to dress up one of our cats in a costume. We have 1 super chat so far. So all you have to do is give a super chat, and it will advance us towards that goal of getting that cat in the costume. Might be a shark costume, might be a tiger costume, a zebra. Not really sure. We have lots of costumes here. Hello, Kenzie. Hello, Kenzie. All right, let's go with this next one here. This one's kind of tough. What is the name of, let's fix to all caps there. What is the name of the planet in Avatar? The planet in Avatar, I mean, some of you might be like big fans of Avatar, but I don't know if you would know the name of the planet. I mean, oh, Dave knows it. Dave gets it right with Pandora. Nicely done. That was really good. Kenzie says powder. Almost. Powder, Pandora. So Dave gets it right again. Wow. Nicely done. Mana says, I've never seen him text so fast in his life. So I am curious, Dave and Mana, are you guys texting or are you on an actual desktop computer? Because if you're doing this, then you do have to use your thumbs quickly. But if you're doing this, then you can do it a lot faster. Mana says, no, we're on our phones. Oh. Are you guys in the same room next to each other on your phones, or are you in separate, sitting on your couch in the same room? Wow. So instead of watching Netflix, you are watching this. Thank you so much for that. That is amazing because there's so many shows out there. There's so much streaming, and you guys are choosing to be here to take part in this trivia live stream. But it's more fun than Netflix, right? It's more interactive. So you were going to watch Desperate Housewives tonight? And he says, yes, we're YouTubers. Yes. I'm just looking at another question I have here. Oh, Dave, Khalil wants you to. Khalil, it's so for Mana and Dave, Khalil is asking for you guys to agree to a 30-second delay for the next question because you're so fast. Are you guys able to just sit on your couch for this next question? And why? I think it's because they want a chance at getting a gold star, and you're too fast. Your thumbs are too fast, and it's frustrating them. Khalil says because none of us can get any answers, and Kenzie says because my mom can't get the answers. So, all right, Dave and Mana have agreed to not answer in the first 30 seconds of this next question. Okay, so this is going to give someone else the opportunity to get it right. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to come up with an easy question for you guys so that you get a gold star. Okay, so Dave and Mana are just going to sit on the couch and they're not going to answer for 30 seconds. All right, so here's the question, guys. Pay attention and respond quickly. In the movie Jaws, what kind of fish is Jaws? Okay, you have 30 seconds and counting to answer this very easy question. In the movie Jaws, what kind of fish is Jaws? Does anyone know? Kenzie has an emoji of what looks like a dinosaur. Dave's asking if 30 seconds has passed. Let's just give them a little more time. I'm giving you guys a lot of time here. Khalil, okay. All right, so yes, Danish gets it right, great white shark. Khalil, we did give you a lot of time on that. We gave you probably 45 seconds before Danish got that right. So, I mean, we did try, but yes, the answer is great white shark. All right. Danish is on the board here. So Danish has 4, Dave has 5, Bymana has 2, Luke has 2. I'm looking at the next trivia question. That was a really easy one. Which movie won Best Picture in 1977? Dave, you don't have any restrictions, so you guys can answer this whenever you want. You can answer this whenever you want. Yeah, Best Picture in 1977. No, Star Wars. That's not it. Try again. Manna, this is your opportunity to beat Dave. To come up with something here. I'll give you a hint. Adrian. That was a good hint. Danish says Rocky. Dave says Ricky's. Manna says Rocky. So it's not Star Wars. It's not Ricky's. It is Rocky. And Danish got it right. And hello to Dexter, who is joining. Thank you, Dexter, for joining. Dave says typing error. I do not accept typing errors. I only accept perfection here. And let's see who gets this right. So that was Danish gets it right. So we're going to add a star for Danish. Oh, I can't believe this. Am I seeing this right? Is Danish now tied with Dave? Dave has 5. Danish has 5. Wow. Okay. So now we have a tie game. We have a tie game. Danish has 5. Dave has 5. Just a reminder to the ones who are just joining this live trivia game, we're doing a super chat goal of 5 super chats. And if I get that, I'm dressing up one of our cats in a costume. And I'm going to bring that cat here on camera. We have 1 super chat so far. We're looking for our second. And we're going to continue on with this trivia. It is so close. So close. Okay, so trying to see what else we have here. I'm trying to come up with ones that are kind of ones that everybody would know. Okay, I'm sure most people should know this one. Michael Myers. Name the movie. Whoever gets it right first. No, Dexter. There's actually several people in here competing in this game. So the question, Dave gets it right. Halloween. Nicely done, Dave, for Halloween. Yeah, so Michael Myers was one of the main characters in the Halloween franchise. And they could never really get rid of him. I mean, they came out with so many Halloweens, and you always thought that he was done for, but he always came back. So that was an important question for Dave to get right because he was tied with Danish, and now he has 6, and Danish has 5, and we have many others who are waiting to get on that leaderboard. So again, all you have to do is be the first to answer the questions here. All right, and some of these questions I don't like some of these questions. So sometimes I'm just going to come up with things that I come up with. So here's one for the next one. Paper boat goes in the sewer. Look out. What movie am I referring to when I say that? There's a little paper boat that goes in the sewer. Dave says It. Yes, It. Nicely done, Dave. And Mana includes the clown emoji. That's right. Pennywise the clown. And I would have counted that as a correct answer if Dave hadn't gotten to it first. I would have actually counted that clown emoji to be correct. I love it, by the way. It is awesome. It is awesome. All right, so we're going to add another one for Dave, who is absolutely so fast with the texting. And yes, they are watching. I think they're watching on their phones on the couch. Or are they? Yeah, I'm assuming they're both on their phones on the couch. And so they're answering these really quickly. Mana says, he's destroying me. My favorite genre is horror. Same. And yeah, Mana says they're sitting on their couch on their phones. And there's a delay on the television. Oh, okay. And maybe there's others who are actually watching this on the computer. And I think that those who know how to type quickly can probably type faster than the ones who are using their thumbs. That's my guess. I think I'd be able to type faster than I text, but that's me. Okay. I got a good one for you. So I'm going to type the name of a movie character. And then whoever is the first to tell me what movie Lloyd Christmas is in. Do you guys remember Lloyd Christmas? I train every day, leaving comments and likes on YouTube. You do a good job at it. I mean, you are all over it. Mana got it right. Wow, Mana got it right with Dumb and Dumber. Nicely done. Dumb and Dumber. So Lloyd Christmas was one of the main characters in Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey. That's right. Jim Carrey was the character. And so Mana now has 3. Dave has 4, 5, 6, 7. And Danish has 5. And that's how we currently are looking. Danish is like, yo, so fast. I know. Yeah, I really do like that movie. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, yeah. This is one I like. I still don't understand why they haven't made a sequel to this, because it's such a sleeper hit. Okay. This time, I'm going to make it like a movie quote. So this guy is sitting there looking out at a mountain. And he's reflecting back on his high school days. And he says, I bet you I can throw this football over that mountain. Bet you I can throw this football over that mountain. What movie is that from? Bet you I can throw this football over that mountain. Field of Dreams. There wasn't any footballs in Field of Dreams. Only baseballs. Seems like you guys are struggling with this one. Mana says Napoleon Dynamite, and Danish says Napoleon Dynamite. And guess what? The answer is Napoleon Dynamite. So Mana gets it right. You just edged out Danish by a few seconds. That was very close. I'm looking at the chat now. I mean, you guys almost typed that out at the exact same time. Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, so we're going to add a star to mana right here. And mana has 4. Dave has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not far. Mana is not far behind Danish with 5. Nicely done. Okay. I'm going to type another, not a quote, but a reference to a movie. And you'll have to let me know what the movie title is. And I hope I have this right myself. Blue Steel. Has anybody ever heard of that? Blue Steel. Mana says Zoolander. Nicely done. Dave, are you letting Mana get these? Or have you just not seen Napoleon Dynamite or Zoolander? Have you seen either of those? Because she definitely knew this one, correct? Yeah. Napoleon Dynamite, Zoolander. That wasn't even close. So we're going to add one here for mana. Five. Mana has 5. Excuse me. Dave says, my YouTube went backwards to the Lion King question. Yes, that's right. We get back on the horse. So if your YouTube went backwards to the Lion, so what does that mean exactly? That your phone froze, but your wife's phone next to you on the couch didn't? Is that a Wi-Fi problem? Or, I mean, would her phone have a problem too? Did her phone freeze? 'Cause it doesn't seem like her phone froze. It just, oh, Dave says he's not sure what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened here in Colorado last month. We were hit with a solar flare, and it was really cool because it created like a northern lights effect in the sky, similar to what you see behind me right here. But it messes with the UHF signals. Danish donated $5,000. Wow. If only that was true. Mana says you got confused. Oh, okay. So you guys have some volume issues. It's weird that it went back to the Lion King, but hey, it gave you the advantage. So do whatever you have to win, right? Okay. The next one. I'm going to type out a movie reference. You have to tell me what movie this is from. I'm not even going to say it out loud. I just want to see. Oh, Dave gets it right. Nicely done, Dave. Nakatomi Plaza is the building in Die Hard. That's the building where Hans Gruber was tossed off of by Bruce Willis's character, John McCain. Or is that right? Remind me of the character's name. John Mc. Why do I not know his last name in the movie? You guys will help me out. I don't know. Dave says, do I think it's a Christmas movie? Yes. Die Hard is pretty much considered a Christmas movie by most accounts. It is. McClane. I said McCain. Okay, John McClane. That's right. So Dave is going to get another star. I love Die Hard. Die Hard's awesome. Okay, so we are going to add this to Dave right here. And Dave has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By Mana has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Danish has 5. And Luke has 2. And that is going to be how it wraps up this evening, because I do have to head out. So thank you for the super chats. We didn't hit that goal, but we're going to try again next time. I'm going to make it maybe 3 super chats next time, so that we're going to dress up the cat. That's the plan, is to dress up the cat. Dave, yes, you get the trophy. So congratulations on this movie trivia. You did fantastic. You can celebrate now on your couch. And you can really spike the football, because you answered so many of these correctly and quickly, and you also overcame the problem that you had where, your phone froze. But by that time, you had gotten so many right that, you could have taken a walk around the neighborhood, come back, and you still would have won this. So nicely done. Danish, don't be sad. You did fantastic. And I'll be doing a lot more of these trivia sessions, because I have a lot of fun doing it. And I always learn something new every time that we do it. So thank you for choosing this over Netflix, over Hulu, over Disney, and over everything else, for watching this. I've had a lot of fun with everybody, and I'll be back on here again soon. Until then, have a wonderful evening on this Thursday evening. Yes, Danish, I do have to run, but I will be doing more of these in the future. And